sons. Bag of bulk me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. I can't be touched and I can't be...
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Go now, 18 Gator. 55 to mine. No gain on this defense, no gain. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Ito Smith, his first carry. Limited running room as he'll get about 3 to the 21. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Ready?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Let's get in there. Let's get in there. Get it.
On play action, they'll throw. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete here.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
You ain't going nowhere. No.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice. To see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Detroit. Tony Pollard, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays. Here's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
What we got?
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The last run got 6, now second and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Let's go. 2 10, let's go.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad.
Is that Woody
He would have
Hayes?
kept it on the ground.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
On the set. Check back to left. Corner jump. Switch. Check 31.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready. 60 or.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Set, ready. 30 base. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the front.
Trying to run forward with Pollard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
On 2nd down, it's Smith. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line. The Lions on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Go! Watch out! Hey, alert 3! Let's go! Get set! Check 99! 6-6, pull it tight. You got tape.
On second down now, it's Smith, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brought you.
Hey. Yep. I got you. 90 is the mic. Ready?
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Go! Come to my work! We want it! Come to my work! Check. Let's go! Check.
They'll try and run it in with White. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Lions have taken the lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Vikings 7. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your...
And he will score! Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
38 yards on the play. And the Lions first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper! Slam! He's coming, double up! He's coming, double up!
Here's Pollard. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Let's go. 8, read. 43. I'm coming. Under Christian, Travis. Check.
On second down, it's Smith. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. That's complete to Smith. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the left hash, this from 46. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this 2nd half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the 1st half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the 2nd half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Watch the pass. Here we go. Zip it. Mike 22.
Robinson now. Off the play fake. Throwing right, and that's complete. And this effort won't do it. He needed to get to the 45. He's a yard or 2 short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Running for it, here's Cook. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
43's the mic. Quarterback,
They'll run on first down. Pollard. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Yeah, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. They'll run with Pollard. And he's got room. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Tony Pollard, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
This will be fielded at the 6. And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. It's a kickoff return of 94 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is, his first miss, no good. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Go now. 15, Lonnie. 15, Lonnie. Watch what?
2nd and 13. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here we go. 2 10. Hold on. Push him back. Push him back. Shift.
On 3rd down, it's Cook. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
It's So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. He takes it to the 15, a nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now Cook running right. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Yeah, the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He'll try to run this one in, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that gives them a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
25-yard line.
Ready?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Watch the shot. Joker. Deuce. Hey, switch gears. Check Nick, go.
Here's Pollard again. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Some good games going on in the early window. This into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. On 1st down, Cook. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now they try the right side here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. To throw on 3rd down, Robinson. He finds McCoy. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Run for Pollard. And an alley to run. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Detroit.
They'll run on 1st down. Pollard. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now Ito Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Again, it's Smith. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. They'll run forward with Pollard. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. They come out here in the I. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try the right side here with Smith. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Switch. 61, matchbox right. He's checking crap. No. Chance. Ready?
Here's Smith. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Now here's Pollard, and he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the 4th quarter. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
All day, defense, all day. Check 3, check field goal. Yo, promotion, I got one. At 25.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Ready. 10-2 start.
So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Detroit, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Yeah. Yeah.